Last time, I had the boss here by my side. But today, I have to fight alone to save her sister. I will save you, Maya! Now! This is going to be tough. Miles Edgeworth is a conviction machine. He's never lost a case.
This court is hereby in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
The prosecution is ready to begin, Your Honor.
The defense is ready as well, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth, you may at this time proceed with your opening statement.
With pleasure, Your Honor. The victim is esteemed lawyer Miss Mia Fey, and the defendant is her sister, Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution has physical evidence as well as eyewitness testimony to this act of violence. I will prove beyond a doubt that Maya Fey murdered her sister. I call upon our first witness to take the stand. If you would, state your name and profession.
Sir, I'm Homicide Detective Dick Gumshoe, Senior Detective in the Homicide Squad of the District Police Force.
I shouldn't need to remind you, Detective, but please keep your testimony concise and factual.
Of course, Your Majesty!
First, I'd like details on the crime itself.
I brought a visual of the office floor plan to explain. The body was found slumped by the window.
Cause of death?
Blunt force trauma to the head.
The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker, correct?
Yes, sir. It was found next to the victim.
Can you explain why, upon your arrival to the crime scene, you placed Maya Fey under arrest?
I had evidence that named her as the attacker. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. She left a message written in blood that refers to her very own sister! Forensic tests show the blood on the note matches that of the victim, so I was right to make the arrest!
The victim's heroic final act was to reveal her killer's identity.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Objection! Hang on just 1 second, Dick. It would have been impossible for the victim to leave that bloody message herself.
Ha! And what makes you so sure about that, kid?
It's straight from the autopsy report, which states that the victim died instantly from blunt force trauma.
That's true. And after that happened, she used her last ounce of strength to write down the killer's name.
So you believe that she died instantly and then wrote down the name?
I guess.
How could she do that if she's dead?
I don't know. I mean, it is kind of weird.
No, what it is impossible. Therefore invalid. I think I nailed them. Find something amusing?
Indeed I do. Your great lack of experience. You're referring to an outdated report.
What do you mean by that?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday, and the report was changed. From died instantly to pretty much instantly.
That's odd.
It says pretty much?
Ergo, it's quite possible the victim could have written that message. The report gives her just enough time to do that.
I'd advise the defense to peruse all the evidence before the trial begins.
But I did, Your Honor! This report was never shared with me!
Well, I did only receive it this morning, so I didn't have proper time to share. Apparently, there was an error in the paperwork. Wasn't there, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, that wasn't my fault!
The fact remains, preparation is paramount if you want to win.
Miles, I've heard you play dirty, now I see it for myself.
You may believe in your client, but proof of innocence is everything in the courtroom. Believes me nothing. Seems our upstart defense attorney is pretty much DOA.
I fell right into his trap.
That's not good.
Your Honor, I would like to call my next witness to take the stand. This young lady's life was thrown into turmoil when she saw the murder.
So sorry to keep you waiting, sweetie.
State your name for the record.
My name is April May, and I'll do whatever I can to help.
The witness must refrain from wanton winking.
Sorry.
Did she come here to testify or flirt with all the men?
Would you tell the court in your own words what you saw on April 3rd, the night of the murder?
Yes, sir. It was a horrible thing to see. I was in my hotel room relaxing when I looked out the window, and I saw a woman being attacked in the building just across the street. I could see the murderer's face clearly. It was that mousy girl there! No, it wasn't me! I swear!
Do you happen to recall the exact time of the incident?
Yes, I do! It was so weird. Then I heard a voice.
I think it's 8:50.
The murder weapon spoke?
At first glance, it doesn't appear to be a clock. So the witness wouldn't be aware of that unless she heard it go off at the time of the murder.
Yes, it certainly does add a large degree of credibility to her testimony.
If you take the suspect's name written in blood, then add Miss May's eyewitness account to the murder, the court can only conclude Maya Fey is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
There's not a speck of doubt in my mind!
What should I do?
Hold it! Please listen to me!
Do you have something to say, defendant?
That clock couldn't have gone off!
I believe young Miss Fey is out of order.
Oh, that's right! Objection! Please, Your Honor! We need to open the base of the clock and examine the inside!
Inside the clock? No, there's nothing in it.
And there was nothing inside of it on the night of the murder as well, Your Honor, so...
It could not have gone off. Yes? That's no grand revelation. Any fool could have figured that out.
I'm not sure your tone is necessary.
I was aware the electronics had fallen out of the clock, and I know exactly when.
They fell out?
The clock was used to strike the victim, and the force caused it to speak the time.
I think it's 8:50.
The impact also caused the base to break, and at that point, the electronics fell out.
But how can you prove that they fell out?
They were found on the floor of the crime scene. Logical deduction.
That does make sense to me.
Again, your inexperience shows. I consider every piece of evidence the police find and apply deductive reasoning. It's the job of an attorney.
Yes, you're right.
The only way that you could prove me wrong would be to provide some sort of evidence that proves the electronics were removed before the night of the murder. However, I can state without a doubt that would be impossible.
There's no way you could do that!
When the electronics were removed, there's gotta be some kind of evidence. Something Edgeworth doesn't know about. I got it! Objection!
Your cell phone is very cute, but what does it have to do with the case?
It's the defendant's cell phone, which was found at the crime scene.
At the scene?
And it contains concrete evidence. A recording of the conversation the sisters had the day of the murder.
Why wasn't I told?
Because I didn't even know about it?
We will talk about this later. At your next evaluation, the Chief will not be pleased.
Order! Order in this court!
Well, he would normally talk, but he's quiet at the moment because I had to take the electronics out of it. Now the insides are full of papers.
A brilliant place to stash important evidence!
You don't miss a beat.
Conversation recorded April 3rd, 9:27 a.m.
As you can hear from the victim's own words, the electronics were removed that morning and the clock could not speak. There's no way the witness could have heard it go off as she claims. April May, your testimony contains an obvious contradiction.
I can't believe it! That stupid call was recorded!
Ma'am, what did you say?
That stupid call was recorded, right?
Were you previously aware of their conversation?
Objection! That's completely irrelevant to this case. There's no need for this line of questioning.
Oh, I disagree. Oh, I get it. That's what this was about. Tell the truth. You were aware because you were listening in on the calls of the Fey Law Office. By using this.
My word! A wiretap?
I found it in the trash can of her hotel room. Well, we demand the truth, Miss May. If you were in fact tapping the phone at the office, it means you've committed a crime.
Shut your spiky-headed face because no one gives a cuss about some freaking wiretap, gosh darn it! That weird mousy girl killed her sister and I saw it happen, Kay!
Okay.
It wasn't my idea to listen to all of their boring conversations anyway! Besides, I had nothing to do with the murder!
So you were ordered to tap the phone? Who made you do it? Look at this. Was the owner of this rhinestone cufflink the same person who ordered the wiretap?
You spiky...
That's enough! Please, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now?
As you can see, unexpected evidence in this case has been presented. To investigate, the prosecution requests that court be adjourned until tomorrow.
I'll accept the prosecution's request. Both legal teams will be allowed to investigate this new evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
The trial of Miss Maya Fey will continue tomorrow morning.
April May will have her own trial to attend for the crime of wiretapping.
Mr. Lawyer? Thank you! You were so incredible!
You did pretty well in there yourself, Maya.
I have a good feeling about this. You're just so smart and cool. Even some of the guards inside the courtroom had good things to say about you.
Oh, yeah?
They said you weren't bad for a spiky-headed dude.
I'll go on and choose to take that as a compliment.
I'm just so glad that I asked you to help me out. I could do a happy dance.
And April May's slip of the tongue may have just won us the case by itself.
Thanks a lot for believing in me.
Just doing my job. Speaking of that, I should head out to investigate. I need to turn up some leads before tomorrow.
Okay, if you need me, you know where I'll be.
I guess the first order of business is to figure out where to find more leads. Mr. Grossberg. So then, are you here about Maya's case?
I'm very impressed by the way you handled Edgeworth today, forcing him to beg for an extension.
Thanks, it was a small victory. Was there something that you wanted to discuss? Is something the matter?
I'm rather ashamed of myself. You may be a rookie, but you're fighting for Maya with everything you've got. I was too much of a coward. Seeing your courageous defense made me realize something. That it's time to bolster my resolve.
Meaning?
You need to investigate this man.
Who is he?
Red White, president of a company called Blue Corp.
Wow, he's so tacky. That's the cufflink!
Publicly, Blue Corp is an information-gathering company. But that's just a front. They dig up dirt on people and force them to pay large amounts of money to keep quiet.
Are you serious? But that's blackmail.
It is. And as embarrassing as it is to admit, I let that man have power over me. Something I deeply regret.
I understand. And that's why you couldn't take on Maya's case.
Yes, although I'd promised Mia.
Is there some reason why this guy hasn't been arrested yet? I mean, blackmail is a very serious offense.
Why do you think, son? His sordid information and wealth had bought him politicians, high-ranking police officials, and more than a few judges.
That makes me sick.
Mia had been keeping tabs on him for years, hoping to bring down his criminal empire.
Yeah? So there's a file? S-T-U-V... Wait, what? W? Hold on. The W file is missing.
Mia had been keeping tabs on him for years, hoping to bring down his criminal empire.
I wonder if White found out and stole the file.
Yep, no doubt that's the guy.
And you are absolutely sure he was with April May the day that she checked in?
Yeah. You see a lady that looks like that walk in, and you gotta check out the kind of guy that gets to be with her.
I knew it. He's the one who ordered the wiretap. Red White of Blue Corp. He's definitely got strange taste.
What's your name?
Excuse me? Are you Mr. White?
Same name that's on the building, smart guy. Now who in the heck are you? Your parents must have named you something, kid. Right?
Right. Actually, my name is Phoenix Wright.
So after the legendary bird or the city in the desert? You must have been really made fun of a lot in school.
What a jerk.
You've got some cojones walking in at the office of Blue Corp's El Presidente for a powwow. By the way, you've still got that new lawyer smell on you. Just out of law school?
Yeah, that's true.
I can always tell. Actually, my secretary told me. So, what's the rump-a-motion? What business do you have with me?
Regarding April May, you know her, don't you?
Bingo! Ooh, she was my secretary, and I'm in total shock and awe over what she did.
I assume that you're referring to the wiretap?
Ding, ding, ding! We have ourselves a winner! I run a legitimate information-gathering business here, comprende? And by that, I mean we do not engage in illegal practices. It's just not my style.
The wiretap on Mia's phone was due to your direct order, according to April May.
So you'll take the word of that naughty little vixen over that of a wildly successful businessman.
But you were with her the day of the murder, were you not? I know that you checked into the hotel with her earlier that day.
Look, I don't have time to pay attention to small details like that. My motto is, don't worry, be happy, you dig?
But the hotel bellboy clearly remembered you being there.
I never trust bellboys or ambulance chasers. The only thing they're after is a quick buck.
I found this inside Miss May's room. I doubt "Don't worry, be happy" is gonna get you out of this one, you dig?
This is a gigantic waste of time, hombre. You shouldn't be investigating me, so take my advice. Hit the bricks. And start searching for whoever offended your boss before they strike again.
You're right, sir. That's why I came here to see you.
What are you insinuating?
Mia Fey had been keeping tabs on you. So you had her phone tapped to find out what she knew. And right after she was killed, every single document that mentioned your name was taken from her office. It's not that hard to figure out. Because you were way too sloppy.
Can I help you, Mr. White?
Send a message to Miles Edgeworth. Let him know that I'll testify tomorrow at Mia Fey's murder trial. And I will be his supernova witness!
Of course, sir.
One more thing. Tell the police to come here post-haste.
Right away, sir.
What's your game here?
Don't play dumb, Mr. Wrong. I told you how I feel about lawyers. I told the late Miss Fay as well.
Are you saying that you really did murder her?
Don't be so naive, kid. No, you did. I'm gonna finger you as the murderer, and your trial starts tomorrow. I can't wait.
What? I didn't kill her.
Freeze, scumbag! It's the cops!
Perfect timing, detective. I present the man who murdered the attorney Mia Fay.
It was this guy? I can't believe it!
You shouldn't believe it because it's a total lie.
Oh, please save all of the "it wasn't me" malarkey for the ride down to the station.
But I'm the detective here, sir.
And I'm the owner of this beautiful building. Fare thee well, Mr. Wrong.
Listen,
Edgeworth speaking.
Is that true? The defense attorney?
You're free to go, ma'am.
Huh?
I said you're free to go, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
All right, it's all yours.
But that's my lawyer!
Objection! I object to my arrest. There's no way Red White owns the judicial system, is there? That's crazy. But now, I'm on trial for killing Mia. I've got to help get justice for her, her sister, and myself. I'll have to use everything she taught me to win this case. I swear, Mia, I will find out who did this. My life depends on it. Find the contradictions, believe in the truth. Next episode, Turnabout Sisters, Last Trial. Take that!